Now, while some people believe, say, Noel Maitland is covering up for the actual killer, the one who actually took the life of Donna Donaldson, them say him playing part, and if him no want confess, well, him for do the time, whether or not him help cover up the crime, or he was a participant. Now, people are say, one of the reasons why Donna Donaldson's body has not been discovered is maybe because it was illegally cremated. Now, some people also say that theory might explain why it's almost like we have seen people from Jamaica just disappear into thin air, which some would say is impossible. But you have people who also go missing and we know hear nothing more about it. Nobody never see them back again. Now, for places like North America, places in Canada, some people might just say, oh, you maybe change state, change providence. Meaning say, oh, somebody might be missing in Florida and maybe the individuals carry them all the way into Texas, somewhere far from Florida. That are states away. And not just miles like where you might think. Or if you're going to define it, a miles. But and not just from, let's use Jamaica, and not just from Kingston to Ochi. No, a way farther than that. Now, when that might explain certain scenarios in North America, if you're a small island like Jamaica, I mean, I say even if somebody go missing in Kingston and people have them in a Westmoreland, Jamaica small enough where social media is thriving, where the people them we see the post them in a Kingston are the same people them, are the people them can see them in a Westmoreland. It's a small Caribbean island. Now the fact that Donna Donaldson was never seen again, never heard from again, not even as much as a sighting. Somebody will look like her. Some people believe say she was illegally cremated, and this is something where might explain other missing people. Tell me what you think. Now, while that's never been proven, we only talk about it. We even hear talk about it overseas. Watch shows, mafia shows. This is a way where we have seen criminal syndicates dispose of bodies. Enough far-fetched, and not just since Donna Donaldson case are the first now we are hear about illegal cremations. You have heard about that? But remember, even a scenario will take place in Brazil, where they may have to shut down one of the companies or factories where manufacture canned beef because criminal syndicates trying to dispose of evidence that put body in the machine where grown up the beef. And when ground beef come out, it all come out in a one mush. Hard to identify. When law enforcement make the discovery, the whole company have to shut down the whole factory. Until investigations come, but they even have a place they open back. They may have to go change name and all kind of things, because without people like a one but no more can be from whichever company that did occur. We're going to say that to say this. Maybe one of the reasons why Noel Maitland has not told law enforcement where Donna Donaldson's body is because while him did clean up the crime, him knows that the other culprits dispose of the body. And the way them tell him saying them dispose of the body, there's no body for him tell them where the body is. As well as this can just be a psychopath, a sociopath, no matter which part you want to say. And it's an individual where commit a crime and 3 years of law enforcement, him did believe say him could have cover it up and get away with it. Which, even though we have not recovered Donna Donaldson's body, he is behind the bars. Him lie them, give up them now, but I seek no bail. They must have wait upon trial. It seemed like him going to spend the rest of his life behind the bars. Whether or not him a cover up for somebody or he was a participant in the crime. The fact is a member of law enforcement, they swear an oath for not only uphold the law, but to serve and protect. Not only uphold the law, members of law enforcement serve an oath to serve and protect the people. So this is a major disgrace, even to the force itself. At this moment, I doubt anybody of high rank, even if they did know him personally, them supposed to done with him at this point. Me couldn't hear something that take place too. Law enforcement say one of the most wanted men in St. Catherine and another person of interest in a confrontation with law enforcement had their lives taken. Me couldn't hear from law enforcement and never continue reasoning. Look and listen.
SSB, there was a situation where two wanted men were killed today, and a police officer, we understood, got injured in the process. Can you tell us exactly what transpired?
Okay, so we're actually in the West Prospect area in Bogwalk in St. Catherine, where there was an incident earlier today where two of our police officers were shot and injured after they carried out an operation. It's a joint police military operation led by the Specialized Operations Branch, where they went in search of a wanted man who has been on the wanted list in the St. Catherine North Division for some time now. He has always been a feature of their top 3 for some time. He was featured also on our Wanted Wednesday page, where we asked him to make himself available to the police. So they carried out the operation this morning, and when they went to the location, they fired at the police. The police officers were injured, but based on the training of the team that went in, they were able to continue the operation. And at the end of the shooting incident, 2 men were found with injuries, and they were later pronounced dead at hospital. Their identity revealed that they were Peter Davis, otherwise called Devil. That's his alias. And he was one of the other person who was identified as Tafari Benjamin was also featured as on the police person of interest list in relation to murder. So in a little while, the Acting Assistant Commissioner will share some more about the history of this individual and how he has impacted the community violently for a long time. So unfortunately, he never allowed himself, or they never allowed themselves to be arrested. And as a result, the police and the military personnel had to put their training into perspective. They had to apply the training to ensure that there were no more injuries. At the moment, the police officers are being treated. One is considered a little more serious than the other, but they are getting the necessary support. I know the Commissioner of Police and the High Command, they have reached out to them and will be reaching out to the family, and they will continue to get the support. But I think what is important is that we just want to remind those persons who are criminal-minded that they should not seek to take on the police or the military in any violent confrontation with lethal weapons, because they are trained to defend themselves and to defend others, and they at all times will put that training into motion. Unfortunately, there are times when we end up with a very unfortunate situation that was not the intended purpose of the operation. So in every instance, we want to ensure that these persons are apprehended and taken before the court, and we want them to give themselves such an opportunity. So Acting ACP Christopher Phillips will share some more about the situation and the mayhem that these individuals have been causing in the communities over time. Thank you.
Yo, I know them youth, yeah? No matter how them depend on social media, them now take scenarios and stories like this as an example. In this day and age, a life of crime and violence is not the way. Not because me say so. Not because your parents are telling you that. Not because law-abiding citizens are saying that. Because clearly, individuals who take up a life of crime and violence don't live past a certain age. Some of the individuals who you see were some big man who you see, listed as, different criminals or criminal syndicates. Some of them is either because they are what North America would consider career criminals, individuals who have been behind the bars, released, still commit the same set of crimes and go behind the bars because of the type of crimes that they commit. So they are people that consider repeat offenders. But other than that, for the younger generation who still get involved in a life of crime and violence, couple weeks, couple days, couple months, very few live over 12 months. If people are say, if the youth are say, them a try to go in a life of crime and violence, to get rich, to help out them friends and them family. No. But you got to work, learn a skill in a school, so you can start a business and employ your friends and your family. There's no shortcut to success. And that's what I feel like most people see crime and violence as a shortcut to riches and fortune. And the people who mislead and manipulate the younger generation or the desperate generation might dangle that in front of them eyes. Make it seem like, yes, they can achieve it through this. Truth be told, it's all fictional. It's all fictional. And for the very few who have seen wealth through crime and violence, only for a short time. And then it's either behind the bars or they meet a violent end. Sometimes the money where they make from crime and violence, where them say they might make for friends and family, when they might go behind the bars or their lives are taken, friends and family don't get the money. Government sees the money. It's called illicit gains. The bank account them get all on, the money get all on. To all for not. No benefit. All them do are bring crime and violence and the mentality of crime and violence in them community. In different parts of the Jamaican island. Them not become multi-millionaires and take them friends and family out of poverty. No. Maybe it might seem that way for a short time because a car buy, a house build up and paint. But aside from that, the amount of bloodshed, do you think it was all worth it? Hopefully the younger generation will open their eyes and see what go on. I realize it's better you have a career, a skill, a trade, or something. If you say you try to make a career, to make your life better, and that of your loved ones. If you're new to the channel, let's pass through, subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and of course, put it on all. And this is how you know will be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. Now, until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours are going to live, love, and prosper, and for to stay tuned.